Simulcast, the Neil Haley Show, and the Mitchell S. Karnes Podcast with our host, Mitchell S. Karnes. Mitchell, here we go. A lot of things going on. Let's hop to them.
All right. We got a lot going on with the casting is this month. They're going on. I can't wait to see who's been cast for all of the other characters. We start filming August 2nd, so that's coming up really soon. And then I'm setting up three podcasts on interviews. One with Phil Vassar, who's a country music star and songwriter. He's playing Sam, which is the second detective, the second main character in the series. And so, going to talk to him about that and a little bit about his life. We have uh, two or three, I guess, three more book signings events coming up. One at the Book Authors Publishers Fair in Nashville on May 30th. Got one in July 18th, the Spine Bookshop in Smyrna. And then I'll be at the bookstore of Killer Nashville Conference, August 20th through 23rd. So a lot of things going on. Plus, been doing a lot of research on the sex trafficking novella that I'm writing, and that's pretty dark, dark stuff. So it's depressing listening to or getting the statistics, getting the stories, hearing testimonies from those who've been caught in that.
And it's amazing the people that are being ignored because of it. Like, where authorities try their best, but there's also lots of people who ignore these things.
Yeah, and you think about just with the all of those who crossed the border recently, a few years ago, how many children were lost track of, and it's just incredible to see the vulnerable groups that are taken in, and what they get when they get here is to be trafficked for sex, for work, for other things.
Wow. I think it's a sad situation what's happening absolutely about everything, and it's something, Mitchell, that we have to figure out a solution to this. We have to come up with some sort of game plan to end this epidemic in so many aspects.
Yeah, and we just can't turn a blind eye to it. We've got to care care enough to be invested into it. And I said last time, just specifically with prayer for these ministries, for these children, that they can be discovered. I know that the school systems are doing a lot of training now with their staff and their teachers to identify students that are right under our noses. That even in affluent counties and affluent places, uh, there's nobody that's immune to it.
Wow, that's really crazy. Um, and thinking about those things and that nature, really interesting.
Yeah, in a place
Uh,
like Nashville that has all the entertainment, a lot of affluent people coming in here. You have three major interstates that intersect the city. You have a major airport. You have conventions going on. It's just a breeding pot for sex trafficking, and we've really got to uh, get into it and try to stop it. As you said, find a way to stop all that.
yeah. And uh how do we go through this? How do we work through this?
Education, and a lot of people just don't want to face it and don't want to hear about it, and that's a tough battle right there.
Yeah, and going through it, figuring it out, and happening. Okay, so let's talk other things. Basically,
Okay.
also, what else is happening? Your podcast continue to have more guests. We're focusing our attention also on wanting to do more book signings, right?
Yeah, I would love to do book signings. I'd love to do book clubs, meet in person if it's close enough for me to drive to. Otherwise, we can do it virtual. And I've had a great time and great interaction with those, and it's been just wonderful. They're small groups. I've done groups of about five, all the way up to groups of about 30.
And to keep that going, for sure. Now, are you writing book five?
I'm outlining and putting things in as they come, but I'm trying to get the focus on doing this novella that has to get out first. I have to have that done
So you
by.
have to just pretty much taking a
Yeah, I
break for
have to
this
do that by
novella.
September, and then the other one's due by January. So I'm kind of under the gun on both.
So one's due on September, and the other one's due on January.
Yes.
but it doesn't go out in January then. So when
No,
will
that's when it releases. So I've got to have it, yeah, probably by November. So my goal with the novella is to have that done by the end of July so that I can start on the other.
okay. All right, so that's what you're cranking out, and you're doing your part in this, and that's why we've been talking about it so much. But in the back of your mind is your next book.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm following this novella on sex trafficking to one that deals with the possibility of suicide, and so it's another another dark topic, but we're to that point in the series.
All right. So the best place to go is MitchellSKarnesAuthor.com. And there you can get an autographed signed copy of Mitchell's book. Appreciate it, Mitchell.
All right. Have
All
a
right.
good day.
That was a special simulcast Neil Haley Show on the Mitchell S. Karnes Podcast, guys. Take care. All right, Mitchell. We'll talk next week.